are hard and we cannot overemphasize it. We cannot stress it enough here on the show. We always talk about it as well. Nakakalungkot po, maraming nawawalan ng trabaho, maraming nawawalan din ng bahay, mga pinag-ipunan po dito sa Amerika. Marami rin napipilitan ng bumalik ng Pilipinas, but that shouldn't be the case. So today on the show, we're going to be talking about how to not just survive itong turbulent times, but also how to thrive in it. At kasama po natin ngayon, dalawa po sa ating mga pinagmamalaking kababayan, and they have achieved success here in their fields. They are both financial advisors with Merrill Lynch. Kasama po natin Sonny Gancaico. Hello and welcome to Kababayan L.A.
Thank you.
And Albert Yeo is here as well, and they are here to give us tips on how to live our lives more actually comfortably, even in these hard economic times. And we have tips for them, Sonny and Albert, correct?
Yes.
Kayong dalawa, you advise people, not just Filipinos, but everyone on
their financial lives, no, on how to go, basically planning out for the future, providing enough funding for your future needs.
And it's good because then you're looking towards the future. But what if ngayon pa lang hindi ka na makaabante sa future because you're already having a hard time?
Yeah, in fact, we have a number of clients who are going through these cycles, no? Yun ang una namin message, ano? Ang America, it goes through economic cycles. And really, you should not be living your life based on the cycles, no? You should be living this based on a long-term perspective.
Okay. Ngayon, we have some slides to help us discuss today's topic. And the first one, this is something that we all know, pero how difficult is it to make it here in the States? It says here, USA is rated #1 most competitive market. What does it mean?
Yeah, in the Business Week, they came up right now, no, based on global survey, and the USA still comes out to be #1, no, in terms of our market, in terms of education, in terms of business opportunities, no,
in terms of the government budget, what's being done during this recession.
When you say that USA is the #1 most competitive, does that mean marami ang nag-aagaw-agaw for different positions?
No, it's competitive relative to the other countries.
Oh, okay. So compared to the other countries. Okay.
Kunyari, iniisip mo pumunta ka sa Japan ngayon, o pumunta ka sa Europe, alam mo, this is still the best place to be.
So, Albert, this means that the USA, us living here, we are still lucky, despite what's happening.
Yes.
Right.
I think there are some countries that's suffering more than what we are going through right now.
Okay, and so because of that, dahil that step alone, thinking that we are lucky, that's already one step towards being positive in these economic times. Number 2 slide gives us tips on what to do in case you are unemployed. Let's say you find yourself without a job. What should they do, Albert?
I guess there's some recession-proof industries that you could be looking at, like healthcare. I think one of the big sponsor in this site, Premier College, is in that forefront.
Okay. Pag sinabing recession-proof, what does that mean?
They suffer less. I guess people have to take their medicine.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Right.
When you're sick, you have to go see a doctor.
Right.
When you're in a nursing home during the recession, you don't leave the nursing home.
Exactly. Okay, so that's one industry.
Ang isang swerte sa atin, sa mga Pilipino, medyo malaki yung representation natin sa mga industries na to, no? Healthcare, accounting. Sa East Coast, accounting, no? So
also education.
Education right now, because people are trying to improve, or if they're shifting careers, they need to study.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, in fact, sa Southern California, ni-rate din nila yung mga cities, ano? #1 sa Southern California is Irvine because of the university there, no?
Okay.
So there are lots of jobs in that area.
Right. Okay. Now, what if you are lucky enough to still be keeping your job right now? What tips can you give us for those of us who still have jobs? Anong pwede namin gawin in order to remain in the positions that we are at now?
We'll go to the second slide.
Yeah. Actually, the #1 is be patient, and I'll ask Albert to discuss that a little bit more. But here are a couple of things, no, that
Bakit be patient, Albert?
Well, historically, the last 60 years, there's 3 times more, and the economy is growing than there's a recession.
Okay.
So there's always tomorrow. maybe few years from now, things will be better. You know, or even few months, depending how this economy goes.
Okay, but it's not enough to just be patient and wait, diba?
That's right.
So kailangan we have to be proactive also and take measures in order for us to be indispensable in the jobs that we are at right now. That's number one. Beef up credentials. How do you do that?
Beef up credentials by beefing up your for instance, kung mag-aral ka ng konti, no? Para madagdagan yung mga kaalaman mo in accounting or in healthcare.
In other words, you have to make yourself very valuable to the company. What are the two other tips that we can give others who have a job right now?
Yeah.
How do
The
they
other thing
keep
is because you also have to be realistic that don't be too over ambitious, ano. Alam mo dito sa Amerika, normally if you want a raise, you have to ask for it, no?
Right.
But maybe now, medyo
not a good
pag-isipan mo muna ngayon
Right.
bago
Be sensitive to the needs of the company also and to the climate, the environment in the office as well.
Dahil may
diba?
mga kalabang ka riyan, baka hindi ka basta-basta bibigyan ngayon ng raise, mabuting laylo ka muna rin doon sa, depende sa situation,
Yeah,
no?
and then don't complain. Don't complain.
Limit in fact, be supportive of whatever your employer is trying to do right now, no?
Right. Cutting back on different expenses,
That's
cutting
right.
back on different facets of the company.
Right.
So we should all be supportive of our employers right now. Anyway, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence this afternoon, also sharing your wonderful tips with us. If you want more information, that's the website on the screen. Ang ating pong mga pinagmamalaking kababayan financial advisors, Sonny and Albert. More power to both of you.
Thank you.
Our
Maraming
pleasure.
Magbabalik pa po ang Kababayan LA. This time, tips on how to use those coupons. Don't go away.